Hello everyone, welcome to the world of data structures. Our today's topic is traversal algorithm in graph, and that is DFS. Hi, this is your instructor Janice Shah. So let's begin with today's outlines. Students, today we are going to see first about the traversal algorithm in graph. That what do we exactly mean by traversal in graph? Then we'll talk about the DFS, that what does it mean by DFS and what we need to do in that. Okay, and the third one is example of DFS method using stack. Okay, now see the first traversal in graph. So students, what do we mean by the traversal? We all know that traversal, it means to visit each and every node or to visit each and every element of data structure at least once. That operation is known as traversal. So here in traversal we are going to visit each and every vertex of the graph, and then the graph traversals are also used to decide the order of vertices which we are using for the searching operation. If I am trying to search any element in the graph, at that time I need to visit each and every node. So the occurrence of the visited nodes or the sequence in which I am going to visit the nodes, that will be decided by this traversal algorithms. Students, the traversal algorithms are further divided into two parts. The first one is DFS, that is known as depth first search. This DFS algorithm is used stack for the processing purpose. Now next we have BFS. Students, BFS is known as breadth first search. It is uses queue for the processing purpose. Okay, so now let's first understand that what do we mean by DFS and what the DFS is, how exactly it works. Okay, so here it is. DFS, the full form is depth first search. So the name itself says a lot over here, students. Depth first search, that means here you are going to search inside the depth of the graph. Okay, so for that, first visiting the root node and then selecting any one of its adjacent node according to the arbitrary. Okay, so what do we mean by the arbitrary? Arbitrary, it means, students, like if we have A, J, P and Q, so that time we first visit A, then J, then P and then Q according to ABCD wise. If we have 10, 30, 45 and 36, then first we visit 10, 36, 40 and 45, such like this we can go. So this is an arbitrary form. Okay, so first you need to visit a root node and then visit the unvisited nodes, unvisited adjacent nodes according to the arbitrary. Okay, next we need to explore the nodes in the depth of the graph. If you use to visit root node, okay, then you need to go either in this branch or this branch, but at the depth of the branch. Okay, so this is known as depth first search. DFS usually use stack for the traversal operations, and as a final result, students, we get a spanning tree. So this is a new term for you, that what do we mean by spanning tree, sir? Students, spanning tree, that means a tree that spans all the nodes of a graph. Okay, it's a tree. It is an answer of DFS. Okay, it can be generated from the graph. Okay, it is tree, not a graph. That's why we can say it spans all the vertices of graph. We will talk about the spanning tree later in the lecture. Now next we have the first steps for DFS using stack. So what are the steps we need to follow? The very first is visit root node, or we can say visit a node according to the arbitrary. See, this is not tree. This is not tree, students. So we do not have any type of root node over here. So what we need to do is we just need to find out any node. You can select any node, but according to the rule we have to select a node according to the arbitrary pattern. Okay, so if you have M, L, Z and A over there, so first you need to select A, okay, and then go according to the arbitrary wise. Okay, so that is the sequence. The first step, very first step, you need to select a node according to the arbitrary. Then visit the unvisited node and push it into the stack. Okay, so first select the node, then visit it. Next is push into the stack. So students, the step number 3 is visit any unvisited adjacent vertex at a node at the top of the stack. So what you did, you first take the first node according to arbitrary, then students, you just visit that node and push that node into the stack. After that you need to select any unvisited adjacent node of that particular top of the stack node. Okay, then visit that adjacent unvisited node. Okay, and then just put that node again into the stack. So step number 4 is repeat step 3 until all nodes or all vertices are getting visited. Okay, so what you did, you just repeat push into the stack and move ahead with the adjacent node, push into the stack and move ahead with the adjacent node. Okay, you are just doing this step number 3, repeat on the repeated mode, and until and unless you will get all the nodes visited. Now what happens if the all adjacent nodes of a particular node are visited? At that time you need to do backtracking from in the terms of the algorithm. But in backtracking, what we are doing, we are just pop the element from the stack. Okay, if the node has all adjacent visited nodes, then students, you need to do a backtracking and pop that node from the stack. Okay, so you need to repeat this step again and again. What do we mean by backtracking? In backtracking, we are just going back to the parent node, or we can say from the node we are coming to the current node. Okay, so here it is. Next is backtracking, that means coming back to the vertex from which we are reached to the current vertex. That operation in which we are going back to the node from which we are coming to the current node, that is known as backtracking. Fine. So now let's apply this DFS algorithm on our real-time example graph. So here it is. The first example, that the graph we have, students, A, C, B, D, E and F over there. Okay, so what we need to do is, first we need to select a node according to the arbitrary. Fine. So from ABCD, I am just selecting node A. But before that, I am making one table which shows nodes and the visited. See, by default in my array, I am putting down visited value 0. If I visit any node, then I put 1 value, and for the all unvisited nodes, I have 0 value. Okay, so this is for my calculation purpose. I am going to use that the unvisited nodes are known as 0 and the visited nodes I am putting down the value 1 over there. Fine. So here we have A, B, C, D, E and F. There I have 0 at initial level because the all nodes currently unvisited. That's why the value is 0 for all nodes. Fine. So now next we have, see, step number 1, that is select first node arbitrarily. Now tell me, according to the ABCD device, which node we are going to select? That is A. So that's why I'm going to select A. So here it is. I'm just highlighting A. Okay. Next, step number 2 is, students, visit that node and push into the stack. Visit that node and push into the stack. So first I'm visiting A. That's why here it is. See, I'm visiting A and push A inside my this stack. Okay, so now my top pointer is pointing to A. Fine. Now step number 3. Step number 3 is find out any unvisited adjacent node, but according to arbitrary wise. Fine. See, how many nodes are there for A are adjacent nodes? So we can say that for node A, students, we have C and E are adjacent nodes. See, 2 adjacent nodes are there. For node A, 2 adjacent nodes are there, C and E. Fine. But what I need to select? I need to select any one which is unvisited. So here from the table I can get the idea that only A is visited because the value of visited for A is 1. Rest of the all nodes are unvisited. That's why I can select either C or E. But which I need to select first? First go for the arbitrary wise. Fine. So here I'm going to select C. That's why my next arbitrary wise selection is for C. Okay, so here it is. Step number 4, C. Okay, I'm selecting only C over there. Okay, students, and then visit C, push C inside the stack and make the value of C from 0 to 1. Again, please listen it very carefully. Visit C, then just push C inside the stack and make the value from 0 to 1. So here it is. I am just visiting C, then push the value C inside the stack and make the value 1. Make the value from 0 to 1. Fine. So this is C is visited. Okay. So now see, this is depth first search. Okay. So first you will go to A, then to C. Now the next element you need to select as adjacent of top of the stack. See, on the top of the stack we have C. So you need to find out adjacent of C. Okay. So students, here adjacent of C are B, F and D. B, F and D. So from all of 3 nodes we need to go as per arbitrary with B. Okay. So I am just highlighting the line of B. See over there. Reach to the B. Then reach to the B. Then visit B. Visit B. So I am just visiting B. I am also writing answer over there. Okay. Check out my answer line. First I visit A, then C, then B. Okay. So right now my B, visit B. So value of B becomes 1. Visited value becomes 1 and B is inside my stack. So what I did, I just visit B, push B inside the stack and then make the value visited array as 1. Now next we have F, because B contains 2 adjacent nodes. They are C and F, but out of C and F only F is unvisited, so that's why I need to visit F first. That's why I move towards the F. Okay, now visit F. What we need to do is visit F. So do 3 things. First, visit F. So write down in the answer. Then push F inside the stack. Then make the value of F from 0 to 1. So here it is. I am just put down the F value inside the stack. Write the answer in answer block and make the value from 0 to 1 for node F. So up to this, node F is visited. Okay, now let's move further. Let's check out the adjacent of F. So here we have, students, adjacent of F. See the step number 5. You reach to a point. See, this swinging arrows shows that the all adjacent vertices of F are visited. See, okay, that's why I'm just highlighting like this. So all adjacent nodes of F are visited because adjacent nodes are C and B, both are visited. So at this time what you need to do is you just need to pop F and get back to the previous node from which you reach towards the F. Okay, so you reach towards the F from B, that's why here you need to get back to the B and pop F. So here it is. I am just cut down the F. This operation is known as backtracking, where I am moving from F to B again. Okay, so here it is. Cut down the F, that means pop the F, removing F from the stack. Okay, and get back to the B. So right now, students, I am at B. Okay, so now tell me, my top pointer is at B, so I need to check for B that how many nodes are still unvisited. How many adjacent nodes are unvisited for B? So here it is. See, the adjacent lines for B are C and F. So students, C and F both are visited. That means there are no any adjacent nodes to visit. So what we need to do is we need to backtrack. That means go back to the node from which you reach towards the B, that is C node. So here it is. I am doing backtracking again and reach towards the C. That's why I need to remove B from the stack, pop B. So B goes out from the stack. Now I am at C because my top pointer is at C. Fine. So what I need to do is my top pointer is at C. So again need to check how many adjacent nodes are remaining. So if you can see, the lines are like this. These 4 lines are there. See, these 4 lines are there. A, D, B and F. Okay, so what I need to do is I just need to visit the unvisited node, that is D, so I need to move towards D. Now visit D, that's why visit D, that's why push D inside the stack, write D in the answer and make the value from 0 to 1 of D. So here it is. D is inside the stack in the answer column and value is 0 to 1. Fine. Now what to do next? Next, now do all operations for D. Okay, so just check out the unvisited node for adjacent nodes of D, that is E. So move towards E. I'm just moving towards the E, students. Okay, so visit E, put E inside the stack and write down from 0 to 1 for node E. So here it is. So students, here if you can see the all nodes value visited becomes 1, that means my operation is done. But wait, according to the stack, your stack has some values, that means you need to remove each and every element first. So go according to the algorithm. Here at node E, students, how many edges are still remaining? Check out for the E. Is there any node which is unvisited? No. So do backtracking. So I am removing E, get back to the D. Removing E, get back to the D. Fine. So check for the D. Is there any adjacent nodes are remaining? No. That means again pop D, get back to the C. Okay. So here it is. I'm just popping D and get back to the C. So at C we have 4 different nodes, B, F, A, D. All nodes are visited. That's why I need to get back to the A. Okay. So pop C and get back to the A. So here I am at A. Okay. Now at root node A, all nodes are visited. That's why I need to just pop A only. Okay. So I'm just pop down A. Okay. So this is my final answer. So in which sequence we are going to traverse the graph? That is A, C, B, F, D and E. That is A, C, B, F, D and E. So this becomes your final answer of DFS traversal. If someone asks you that I have such type of network topology or I have such type of graph, okay, just imagine A as Ahmedabad, B for Bombay, C for Calcutta, D for Delhi. Okay, so such like this, if I have such type of cities in a connection in a network and someone asks you that I want to visit each and every city, but you have to show me some good path for that. So what I did, I just applied DFS over there, where you just go from the depth of the search. First visit A, then check out any adjacent nodes. Go towards the C, then check out any adjacent nodes. Go towards the B, then F. So you are doing operations in the depth. Okay, you are just going towards the depth of the graph. That's why this algorithm, this methodology, this example is known as depth first search, DFS. Do not forget to write down about the backtracking in your example, because backtracking is very much important part of DFS algorithm. This is your final answer. Okay, A, C, B, F, D and E. Okay, so that's it for today's lecture, students. Thank you so much.